You are tired of being the strong one. You are tired of being the person everyone leans on, the one who solves every problem, the one who carries the weight of the office, the family, and the relationship, while your own needs sit in the dark, waiting for a thank you that never comes. You have spent years making yourself smaller so that the people around you don't feel insecure. You have mastered the art of being manageable. But every night, when the noise stops, you feel that hollow ache in your chest. You know you were meant for empires, but you are living in a cubicle of other people's expectations. You aren't finding yourself. You are mourning the queen you were forced to suppress to survive. Today, we stop the bleeding. I am going to give you the blueprint to the Sovereign Archetype. I am going to show you how to stop being the woman who is useful and start being the woman who is sovereign. This is not about a new you. This is about the restoration of the woman who was always there, before the world told her she was too much. So, we have touched the wound, the exhaustion of the woman who does everything, but still feels like she has nothing. We have identified the theft of your authority. Now, in this next part, we will analyze the first two pillars of your internal architecture, the queen and the warrior, and I will show you how to turn your suffering back into power. To reclaim your throne, you have to realize that you have been operating in a shadow state. Carl Jung mapped the human psyche through archetypes, and the most common trap for the powerful woman is the inversion of the queen into the martyr. The martyr is the woman who thinks her value is tied to her exhaustion. She says yes to the extra project, yes to the toxic friend, yes to the partner who doesn't show up, all while her soul is screaming no. She believes that if she just gives enough, eventually she will be loved. Eventually she will be chosen. But sovereignty doesn't wait to be chosen. The queen chooses herself. Because suffering is not a strategy. A queen does not earn her crown by bleeding for people who wouldn't throw water on her if she were on fire. She occupies her standing because she has decided her time and energy are the most expensive assets in the room. A queen doesn't hustle for respect. Her presence is the respect. She acts as if the throne is already occupied, even when she is standing alone. The second pillar is the warrior. In her healthy state, the warrior is your internal operator. She is the one who sets the boundaries and executes the vision. But for most of you, the warrior has been softened into the pleaser. The pleaser is the woman who is terrified of the word no. She fears that if she sets a boundary, she will be labeled as difficult or cold. She fears she will be lonely. But let me tell you a brutal truth. Being surrounded by people who only love you because you are easy to use is the loneliest place on earth. A sovereign warrior knows that a no is a gift to yourself. It is the wall that protects your kingdom. When you explain your no, you are asking for permission to have a boundary. You are giving away your power. When you state your no simply, without the fluff, without the excuses, and without the guilt, you are issuing a decree. The moment you stop justifying your life is the moment you start ruling it. Before we move to the next pillars, look at the life you are building. If this message feels like it was written for your specific pain, consider subscribing to this channel. We are building a sanctuary for women who are discovering what female power really is. By joining us, you are helping this frequency reach the thousands of other queens who are currently drowning in the pleaser loop. We aren't here to be liked by the 99%. We are here to activate the 1%. Join the High Authority Collective. Help us build this new group of women who are claiming their true female power back. We have seen how the martyr and the pleaser have drained your battery. We have looked at the queen and the warrior. Now we will examine the magician and the lover, the energies of high-level intelligence and the magnetic pull that makes the world come to you. The third pillar is the magician. This is the part of you that sees the game behind the game. She is the strategist. She understands social engineering and vibrational law. For the average woman, this power is buried under the manipulator. The manipulator uses indirect power, guilt, silence, or playing the victim, because she is afraid to speak her truth directly. But a sovereign magician rejects the shadow. She uses the operator logic of the elite. She builds systems. She doesn't wish for more money. She engineers a financial blueprint. She doesn't hope people respect her. She frames every interaction so that respect is the only option. She is the one who understands that reality is just code, and she is the one holding the keyboard. The fourth pillar is the lover. This is the most misunderstood energy. It's not about romance, it is about magnetism. For the 99%, this is inverted into the addict. The addict is the woman who is constantly chasing the guy, chasing the promotion, chasing the likes. She is hungry for external validation because she is empty on the inside. The sovereign lover does not chase. She attracts. She is so anchored in her own self-worth that she becomes a gravitational force. She understands the Joe Dispenza principle. You must feel the wealth before the money arrives. You must feel the power before the promotion happens. You must love your own life so intensely that the world has no choice but to try and be a part of it. A queen is her own primary source of light. She is self-contained. She is enough. This is the moment of the first coronation. Your words are the first physical proof of your transformation. If you have decided, here and now, that the nice girl is dead, if you are ready to stop being the servant of everyone else's needs and become the protagonist of your own empire, I want you to command the field. Comment below with the words, "I claim my sovereignty." By typing this, you are signaling to your subconscious, the algorithm, and the universe that your exile is over. Watch how reality begins to rearrange itself around your new certainty. So, you have issued your decree. You have identified the 4 pillars of your power. Now, we must talk about the cold truth. Reclaiming the throne has a price. We will now discuss the ritual of execution and the power of the unexplained no. Reclaiming the throne is not a soft process. It requires what Carl Jung called shadow integration. You have to be willing to be the villain in someone else's story, to be the hero in your own. When you start standing in your power, the people who used you will get angry. They will call you selfish. They will call you cold. They will tell you that you've changed. Let them. In the world of the sovereign, being called difficult by someone who can no longer manipulate you is a compliment. If everyone is happy with you, it is because you are still living for them. Approval is a drug for the weak. Results are the oxygen of the sovereign. The price of admission for greatness is the loss of your reputation as a nice girl. You have to trade your desire to be liked for your destiny to be respected. The most powerful weapon you have is the unexplained no. The pleaser always gives a reason. I can't come to the party because I'm tired and I have work and... This is submissive. You are asking for them to forgive you for having a boundary. The sovereign woman simply says, "No, that doesn't work for me." No explanation, no excuses, no apology. Your time is your territory. You do not owe an accounting of your minutes to people who are not in your inner circle. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop leaking energy. You start storing it. And stored energy is what creates the aura of a queen. We have analyzed the archetypes. We have mastered the no. Now we conclude with the sovereign audit, the practical operator steps to restructure your life and prepare for the 2-2 money portal. Subscribe to our channel to be the first one to know when this video is published, and start attracting the prosperity you deserve. To be sovereign is to be the source. If you are waiting for a partner to make you happy or a boss to make you successful, you are still a subject. You are waiting for permission to exist. A queen creates the environment she wants to inhabit. The Sovereign Audit requires you to look at your life through the lens of operational excellence. Here are 3 practical steps to start tuning into the new you. Your first mission is a diagnostic one. Take a physical journal or open a blank note on your phone. Review the last 7 days. List every single moment where you said yes to someone or something when your body, your gut, and your soul were screaming no. These are not favors. These are energy leaks. They are the holes in your hull that are keeping your ship from reaching the deep ocean. Here's the action. Choose one of these recurring yes obligations, the one that drains you the most, and terminate it today. Send the text. Make the call. Delete the calendar invite. Do not explain why. Simply declare that you are no longer available for it. This is your first act of reclaiming your territory. Number 2, the authority ritual. Most women start their day by serving the kingdoms of others. You check your emails, you check your social media, you tend to your family's needs, or you rush to your job. By 9 a.m., you have already spent your best energy on everyone but yourself. Here's the action. Identify one non-negotiable action you will perform every morning that serves your empire alone. This is your authority ritual. It is the time where you are the ruler, not the servant. Whether it is deep work on your own business, meditation to master your internal state, or physical training to strengthen your warrior energy, this time is sacred. It is not for your children, not for your partner, and certainly not for your employer. It does not matter if this is a 5-minute or 1-hour-long ritual. And if a part of you, the one that wants to keep you small, says that you don't have 5 minutes to spare to dedicate to yourself, it is time to reflect on what your true goals are in life. Because this is the time you put on your own crown before you deal with the world. Number 3, the communication shift. We are now going to test your social engineering skills in the real world. You have been conditioned to believe that you owe the world an accounting of your minutes. You think you need to justify your boundaries. Here's the action. In the next 24 hours, you will practice the unexplained no. When someone asks you for a commitment, a favor, or a piece of your time that does not align with your 2026 vision, you will say, "No, I can't do that," or "That doesn't work for me." Then you will do the most difficult thing for a pleaser. You will stop talking. You will not fill the silence with excuses. You will not offer a maybe next time as a consolation prize. You will stand in the cold authority of your decision. Observe the reaction of the other person, but more importantly, observe the feeling of power that grows in your chest when you realize your no is sovereign and requires no permission from the masses. As we move toward the 2-2 money portal, the world is being divided into 2 groups, the reactors and the operators. The reactors are still complaining. The operators are building. You were not born to be a supporting character. You were not born to be useful to everyone but yourself. You are a queen who has been living in exile, hiding your crown in the basement of your own fear. The exile ends today. The portal is open. The crown is sitting on the marble table. Will you keep walking past it, making excuses for your own smallness? Or will you have the courage to pick it up, Place it on your head and command your reality. The choice is yours. Decide.